Hey everybody, it's AJ Giuliani here, and I wanted to share a little bit on what my new keynote is about, and really my new book, which is called Meaningful and Relevant: How to Engage Learners in the Age of Distraction. And it's really about these different challenges that are impacting all of us. It doesn't matter if you're K-5 elementary, middle school, high school. It doesn't matter if you're a teacher or a school leader or even a parent. Um, all of these challenges are impacting us right now when it comes to education. And there's a whole lot of other challenges, right? Staffing would be a challenge, retention, funding. There's a lot of other challenges that are taking place. And I think when I talk with a lot of teachers in schools and places, there's challenges that we don't necessarily have control or influence over. And then there's some challenges that we do have control or influence over. And so try to focus on these challenges and opportunities that are present because of our current situation of technology, artificial intelligence, and social media. And I think the biggest crux of the book is that for a long time, and even right now, in the conversations that we're having with artificial intelligence, people are talking about how do we solve these challenges, and a lot of times the solving is taking away of certain things. And in some instances, that's good, right? I don't think students should sit there all day long with their cell phones in their hands or their pockets. I think sometimes that's too big of a distraction, and there should be some back and forth. But it doesn't mean you take away all technology. It doesn't mean that you get rid of all the artificial intelligence tools. And even if you wanted to do that, it's not very likely you're going to be successful. And what we've seen is that, maybe you limit the use of ChatGPT in schools, but kids can go home and do it or use their phone and do it as well. And so it's really thinking about these challenges of new opportunities in education. So challenge number one is that we have a lot of kids that just aren't paying attention. And we see that engagement levels have dropped. You can look at any of the research there. But this is a big opportunity then. If kids are rejecting our model that has been around for a long time, where it's a compliance model, where they're supposed to do what we ask them to do because of grades. If kids are rejecting that, not paying attention, and they're distracted for whatever reason, I think there's a big opportunity that we have to move away from compliance and really towards engagement, meaningful and relevant activities, lessons, units, assessments, those different types of things. So it's actually a great opportunity. The second challenge we talk about is that most curriculum is outdated and static. And so if you really want to move away from compliance, a lot of times it starts here, right? With, as educators, we're given curriculum and standards, and a lot of times it's outdated or it's static. It doesn't move along with the times. So if you're teaching from a textbook or from a program, and all of a sudden ChatGPT comes out, you have to be flexible and adaptable enough to change that, and your curriculum has to be organic and relevant enough to do that. And so if we can move towards organic and relevant learning experiences, move away from static assessments and move towards performance tasks, then we have some flexibility and adaptability. When the pandemic hit, and I make this point a lot, it was not the programs or textbooks or curriculum that was flexible and adaptable. It was us, the educators, that were the flexible and adaptable and ones that were able to change and move along. The third one here is that artificial intelligence can do assignments. So whereas before, students at least had to maybe look on Google or that type of thing, photo math, you can just take your phone, hover it over a math problem, it does all the steps. It gives you exact different ways to do it, and you can put all of the work there. ChatGPT can write an essay for you, or paragraph, or short answer, or any of those types of things. And it's not just those two. There is more and more. The next version of ChatGPT that's coming out in the winter or spring is going to be able to write a 60,000 word book off of one single prompt. So how can we move away from assignments that are easily replicated? Well, you can find meaningful reasons for learning beyond the grades, and you also can start assessing the process of learning, which is really the most important piece of learning, not the final product. So if we change our assessments and we find those reasons for learning, right? Project-based learning, inquiry-based design, those things where students are hands-on active, and then we're assessing the process, and then we kind of get away from just the fact that AI can do those assignments. We know that a big challenge right now is kids are struggling socially. You hear that from teachers and parents all the time. And if we want to help with that, we need to get kids working on collaborative learning journeys with other students. Not we're going to fill out this worksheet together, but we're going to go through a process, much like you would in a team or in a band or in a club, and you're going to have something to achieve that you have to work together to do. Kids do this all the time outside of school, right? They do this all the time when they are playing video games and working together on a mission. They do this in many different ways. How can we focus on those collaborative journeys? And then too many standards and units of study leave no time. Time is a big one as well. How can we take some of the things that we do and actually turn them into short sprints? That's something that I've been working on a lot with teachers over the last 5 years, basically saying project-based learning does not need to be 8 weeks long. We can do a lot of learning in a 2 to 3 day sprint. And so really focusing on that as an opportunity to change how we're learning in and out of school. And then this last one, that there's a lot of misuse of insight and metrics and data, and really having the opportunity to make sure we're having that UDL focus of learner-driven and data-informed, as George Couros puts it, this opportunity that data and data science is going to be a big part of our next decade, but we should still have the human aspect, that empathy aspect of understanding each learner. And in order to do that, this is why teachers are so critical as facilitators and people that build those relationships up and understand learners in ways that the data never could. So talk about this in the new book. It's really these challenges and these opportunities. Talk about it in the new talk as well. I'm excited because every single one of these challenges and opportunities has research from the past just 3 years that supports moving in that new direction of that opportunity. And so it's backed by research in just the past couple of years, in the middle of the pandemic, post-pandemic, as this kind of new world of students are in our schools and learning with us. So this is kind of the focus. I wanted to share that with you, and I'm excited to work on this and excited to share this book with you as well as it's finishing up in the final stages here. So thanks for listening and watching and doing the good work. I hope that it helps you, and I continue to be just thankful for all the teachers that I work with my own 5 kids as well every single day. So thank you.